Hello and welcome to Max TV. This video features real moments when animals behaved in truly unusual ways. Crocodiles, tigers, snakes, birds, and even ordinary pets. Whether it's hunting, defense, or wild surprises, everything here is 100% real. Hit that like button and watch how nature can amaze, shock, and even scare you. No one expected such an epic escape from a piglet. I'm just in shock. Theory in action: convince one and the whole herd will follow. A wild wolf suddenly appeared on the roadside. It acted non-aggressively, but the woman decided to test her pepper spray anyway, and yep, it works. In India, a heartwarming scene amazed even experienced zoologists. A young gazelle accidentally fell into a pond and couldn't get out. Then an elephant came to help. It walked over, gently grabbed the animal with its trunk, and lifted it to dry land. A moment you'll never forget. Want to see how bees land near their hive in slow motion? Their aim isn't great. Maybe they're just drunk on nectar. A bear notices a fallen traffic cone, gently picks it up, and walks off. Is he the guardian of the forest or just a responsible bear? A banana was tossed to a chimpanzee but got stuck on the netting. It looked out of reach, but not for this genius. Without wasting time, she grabbed a stick and threw it at the banana with precision. It fell right to her feet. Victory! These plumbers had seen plenty of scary stuff, but nothing prepared them for this. Looks like a snake came out of an air duct. Here's what puppies look like when their dad is a husky and their mom is a Labrador retriever. It's unclear how this crocodile ended up under concrete, but getting it out was incredibly difficult. And the scariest part? Another crocodile jumps out from under the slab at the end. This tourist definitely didn't expect such a close encounter with a huge tiger shark. His panicked reaction is clear from the way his legs were flailing. A curious little lamb was just inches away from a deadly cobra bite, but thankfully, a man nearby knew exactly what to do. A clever trick with a thin pipe worked perfectly. This swan clearly didn't like the kayakers and decided to attack one of them. The encounter was dramatic, but luckily no one was hurt. High above ground, a terrified cat was stuck on a narrow apartment window ledge. One wrong move could be fatal. This wasn't just a rescue, it was a heroic act. A man set up a fun experiment. Would his dog choose to protect him from attackers or go for the tasty food? Watch the result yourself. I couldn't stop laughing. This bird feeder was equipped with squirrel protection, but that clever little creature thought he could outsmart it. The squirrel spun around on the guard dome for ages, but in the end, all it got was an epic fail. No food. Mama cat didn't give the dog a chance to even get close to her kittens. The dog ran off in a total panic. This man knows exactly how to feed massive fish. On Uganda's White Nile River, tourists in an inflatable boat had a terrifying encounter with an aggressive crocodile. They had to scare it off using paddles.
It's like at 10 o'clock to you now. Hit it.
Unbelievable. This cyclist has lightning-fast reflexes. During a greyhound race, a man suddenly runs onto the track and sets up a barrier directly in the dog's path. Behind it, he hides the lure, the object the dogs have been chasing. The dogs veer off course, get confused, and come to a stop. It's a tough job that has to be done incredibly quickly. This seagull knows exactly where to wait for people with food. The person filming knew what was coming and they were right. The bird's attack was spot on. That hot dog was gone in a flash. Two terrified deer tried to flee from a private yard and slammed into a fence at full speed. One even bent the metal bars. Hopefully it wasn't seriously injured. The wedding photo location was perfect. No one else had a kiss like this with a stampede of wild horses in the background. Such a caring little boy, he never forgets about his dog. Any angler would dream of a catch like this, and to capture it all on camera too.
Crazy.
A horseback rider certainly didn't expect to be attacked by a silly dog. Thankfully, the horse was smart and didn't panic. When the dog's owner showed up, the pup knew he messed up and ran off with his tail between his legs.
Good boy.
In one Aldi store in Chicago, shoppers got a huge shock. Inside the refrigerated meat section, there was a wild coyote. No one knows how it got in, but it looked completely lost. It was carefully removed without harm and released back into the wild. Next up, an astonishing slow-motion moment. A chameleon fires its tongue to catch prey. The tongue extends nearly the full length of its body and hits the target with perfect accuracy. The slow-mo sequence, the aim, the strike, the capture, looks like something out of sci-fi. Nature's engineering is truly mind-blowing. A diver spotted a tiny jellyfish underwater and decided to mess with it. A bubble of air kept spinning the poor creature in circles like a vortex. After that dizzying experience, the jellyfish was probably in complete shock. A large monitor lizard tried to attack a family of otters, biting one of the pups, but Mama Otter was right there. She immediately charged at the lizard and chased it away. The black pup knows exactly where to hide from a gang of aggressive dogs. They really had no idea where he disappeared. This golden retriever helps a mother cat take care of her kittens. He always takes them over to his puppies so the mama cat can rest a bit. You've probably never seen this before, a white egret riding on a capybara. Nature's free taxi. And capybaras themselves have no problem hitching rides on crocodiles either. One truly fearless man picked up a large alligator on the roadside, carried it across the street, and tossed it back into the water. Definitely not something you should try to copy. A crocodile doesn't notice a jaguar lurking above on a tree and thinks it's totally safe, but then the jaguar leaps and they both disappear underwater. This time, the jaguar wasn't lucky, the prey got away. Two coyotes appeared on the outskirts of a village and immediately spotted a lone chicken roaming freely. Without wasting a second, they started the chase. The chicken darted around trying to escape, but the coyotes were fast and coordinated. One finally caught it, a wild scene straight out of the savannah. This is exactly the kind of moment where your anxiety makes everything 10 times worse than it really is. This kind-hearted passerby saved the life of a cat. The man noticed her just in time. She was struggling to get out of a canal, nearly drowning. He lowered a mop into the water, hoping the cat would figure it out. She clung to it with all her remaining strength, and once on land, she could barely move. The monkey's reaction says it all. Looks like they've met before. In this dog grooming salon, an employee tripped over a dog and fell. Just look at the reaction of all the dogs. They immediately tried to help her. This duck decided to build her nest far from shore, a smart move to protect her eggs from predators. But after laying them, a group of carp suddenly attacked her nest for some reason, completely destroying it. One guy thought it would be funny to tease a dog calmly lying near the roadside, but the second he reached out, that calm dog leapt up and jumped straight into the guy's car. A lesson for life: don't mess with chill dogs, especially if they're local legends. This guy definitely knows he has the best and bravest girlfriend in the world. This hungry street cat waited patiently by a concrete basement grate, and finally it paid off. A rat ended up in his jaws, and this time he's not letting go. A magpie attacked a frog, and it looked like there was no hope, but the frog clearly knew where to crawl and how to escape. A man fearlessly entered an enclosure with an aggressive bull already in attack stance, but the moment he let the bull sniff his hand, it recognized the person who raised it and started wagging its tail like a happy dog. Who thought it was a good idea to transport live crabs in airplane luggage? During baggage claim, they scattered all over the airport. A smart mother cat saw her kittens wanting to come inside, so she quickly opened the door for them herself. Zoo staff failed to keep an eye on their pelican, and now they're trying to pull live rabbits out of its throat. Believe it or not, there's a spider that lives underwater, and it carries its own scuba gear. It weaves a bubble-shaped web and fills it with air collected from the surface. This is no sci-fi, it's a real underwater survival specialist in the insect world. This dog's head is 90% mouth, and yet he still missed the sausage. The most epic fail ever. Police in Thailand rescued 2 baby orangutans from being sold illegally online for $20,000. An undercover officer posed as a buyer and arranged a meeting. When the merchandise was handed over, they made the arrest. A Chinese driver had a stroke of bad luck. An octopus latched onto his head. Watching him get free from those sticky tentacles is absolutely hilarious. A bold bear broke into a house and knew exactly what it wanted. It went straight to the fridge, stole a frozen lasagna, and jumped out the window. A clean, quick heist with no evidence left behind. An elephant got stuck in this concrete channel and couldn't get out on its own. It started doing some unusual moves and was at serious risk of drowning.
Spraying water then somersaults in a burst of panic, limbs and trunk fluid.
People began a rescue operation, creating an improvised ladder made of rope. After long efforts, the elephant finally managed to climb out safely.
Peers into the welcoming greenery. The elephant vanishes from view.
A ginger cat picked the perfect ambush spot to catch a rat, a precise strike, and the rat was in her jaws. But unfortunately, she couldn't hold on to her catch. If you have cockroaches in your home, they're probably crawling in through the sink drain. Here's a simple trick to block their entry. Hummingbirds are so tiny they can easily get stuck on prickly plants. Sometimes they need to be rescued. This female spider weaves a nest and lays hundreds of eggs, but what happens next is horrifying. In spring, something emerges from the cocoon, and it's not baby spiders. The secret lies in a predator called mantispid. The larvae sneak into the spider's nest, overwinter inside, and devour the spider's eggs, turning the nest into their personal buffet. This dog was picked up on the street and taken to a shelter. She looked heartbroken until the next day when her puppies were found in the same area. Watch her joy when she's reunited with her little ones. This is a big no-no, even if it's a tame lion. A man reached into the cage to film the predator up close. The lion quickly made it clear that hands should stay outside. When 3 rhinos approached some lions, the male had to show his mate that he was strong and fearless. The king of beasts made a few aggressive moves toward the rhinos, but then wisely decided to walk away. Next is a shocking moment. A boy was playing near his house with his dogs when they suddenly scattered in panic, and a leopard appeared from around the corner. But upon seeing the boy, the leopard got scared, immediately turned back, and vanished. Never seen anything like this. A doorbell cam caught a massive bear visiting someone's front door in the middle of the night. He seemed to really like the doormat, so much that he's decided to sleep there. I was shocked. 4 dogs circling around a giant crocodile, seemingly unaware of the danger. But after watching the clip again, it turns out it was fake, AI generated. It's really getting hard to tell what's real and what's not these days. Looks like this dog's in big trouble. It braked so hard it literally crashed through a wall. The owner probably won't be too happy, but from the outside, it looks hilarious. When hellish Australian wildfires rage, most animals flee, but not the echidna. This spiny survivor doesn't run, it freezes up and digs deep into the earth. Rolled up in a ball, protected by its quills and buried in soil, the echidna endures the flames with calm resilience and natural armor. Finally, the owner figured out where all of his socks were going. A funny moment, the dog's leash slipped off right by the door. Moments later, the owner couldn't figure out where the dog had gone. These two dogs found a baby owl that had lost its mother. Their owner decided to rescue the bird and take it home. The owl grew up quickly and became a beloved family pet. Noticing a buffalo resting near the water, a tiger began a stealthy approach. But once he got closer, he realized the buffalo was healthy and alert. Taking it down would be a struggle. The tiger clearly wasn't in the mood for effort and just walked away. A German Shepherd fiercely guarded her food bowl from a Rottweiler, but the Rottweiler was smart, sensed the bluff, and simply started eating the food himself. This baby elephant immediately knew who that water pool was for and started splashing around like a kid. Mama elephant seemed happy too, cooling herself with trunkfuls of water. A man saw a baby stork that had fallen from the nest and returned it. Watch the mother's reaction, absolutely heartwarming. A man tries to save his dog who fell into a fast-moving river, only to realize he now needs rescuing too. Thankfully, he figures out where to swim, climbs out, and calls the dog to safety. Successful rescue. The man definitely didn't expect a flying termite invasion in his New Orleans home. Cleaning up these insects is going to take a long time. When foxes attack, mountain goats quickly escape to steep ledges like these. Totally unreachable and completely safe. Now a sad moment. A snowy slope turned out to be too steep and a horse couldn't keep its footing, sliding all the way down. Hopefully it survived the terrifying ride. A rare and intense standoff, a leopard faced off with a sloth bear. The bear rose onto its hind legs, trying to look bigger and more intimidating, but surprisingly, the leopard didn't back down a step. No bites were exchanged, just a battle of stares with a clear winner in the end. This woman found a unique way to teach her dogs not to charge at the neighbor's pets. She lies on the front lawn with them all day. The moment she sees aggression, she yells, and they clearly feel her wrath. A leopard decided to test if a crocodile was alive and nearly paid for it with his life. After moving into a new house, the family's dog found a new enemy outside the window, a vulture. Eventually, the bird couldn't stand the barking and flew away for good, but left behind a surprise. What happens next will definitely shock you. A chick hatched from the egg. The family raised it and released it. A man and his pet duck came up with a super fun game. Looks like the duck enjoys it way more. This is what people come up with just to make their dogs take medicine. You can't help but laugh.
Oh, look at that. Get that in there. Yeah.
While skiing in Norway, something unbelievable happened. An angry capercaillie suddenly attacked a boy. The surprise attack stunned everyone. Who would have thought this forest bird would show such attitude? But those clumsy strikes are more funny than scary. A man was tired of the constant buzzing in his wall, so he decided to open it up. Just look at the massive hive the bees had built inside. In the end, he even managed to catch the queen. A clever cat owner decided to find out what his pet was up to, so he strapped a camera to it. The result? The cat looks like a video game character. The footage shows it walking perfectly balanced on a thin beam without a single misstep. One wrong move would mean a fall, but this furry pro knows exactly what he's doing. A lioness nudged her cub toward the green grass for a little walk and was shocked when he started sinking. She tried to grab him with her claws, but only managed to pull him out using her teeth. This German Shepherd is lucky to be in a cage, otherwise that nighttime encounter with a Black Panther could have been her last. A cyclist thought he was about to be attacked, but thankfully the bear changed its mind at the last second and disappeared into the woods. A man wanted to see if his chicken could fly, and it turned out she could easily fly over a huge lake. A man spots a sea turtle whose mouth is completely covered in barnacles and shells, preventing her from eating or breathing properly. Without hesitation, he grabs a knife and carefully begins removing each piece. When he finishes, the turtle calmly swims back into the sea. These foolish tourists tried to lure trusting raccoons closer and closer to a lurking crocodile. The predator was completely still, making the situation more dangerous by the second, but the tourists seemed amused. One wrong move and the crocodile could have attacked instantly. Luckily, nothing happened, but such behavior is unacceptable. Animals are not toys, and risking their lives for fun is just cruel. This chameleon escaped from a leopard without even changing color. The leopard spent a while thinking whether to eat it or spare it, and in the end, it simply found the crawling thing too gross. A clever German Shepherd knows exactly when the food delivery guy usually comes. She steps aside to let him drop off the bag, then once he drives off, boom, free food.
Seriously, Toby?
Here's how dogs behave when they know they've done something wrong. Absolutely hilarious.
The whole chicken. Do you have any idea what you've done? It was $20.
And there was still food on this plate. Who ate it?
I just don't understand. This is
Be half the cake you just ate?
I can see you even though your eyes are closed.
A pet Labrador once fell off a steep cliff and got stuck on a ledge. His owner had to rescue him, and the operation went smoothly. In the mountains of Lassen National Park, a truly rare moment was captured. The elusive Sierra Nevada red fox appeared on camera. This subspecies is so rare that only a few dozen are believed to exist in the world. The fox calmly walked across a snowy slope, alert to every sound, like a fleeting shadow from a vanishing world. Capturing footage like this is an incredible stroke of luck, a glimpse of something most people will never see in their lives. A large bird got itself stuck in a tiny feeder and couldn't get out. A man jumped into action without hesitation, but freeing the feathery prisoner without harming it required a lot of careful effort and tools. Eventually, the bird was released into the wild. A pretty flower selfie gone totally wrong. The bee flew straight into her nose. Now her face looks, well, a little different. A family out fishing tried to release a small pike, but it looked like staying on land was actually much safer for it than going back into the water. A mother elephant desperately tried to rescue her baby who had fallen onto its back in a concrete water trough. After many attempts, she finally managed to help it up. A man tried to scare the neighbor's dog, and it turned out hilariously. Next up, a few funny moments of dogs bringing home some very unexpected friends. Every day, this dog waits for his friend, and when the dolphin shows up, they play together in the water. Think something's wrong with this elephant? Not at all. This gorgeous South African giant is simply enjoying a chill soak in the river. These workers' attempt to remove a beehive didn't go at all as planned. A woman spotted two crows attacking a helpless baby possum, and she didn't hesitate to rush to its rescue. What followed was a touching journey of trust and recovery. When the little one grew up, he was released back into the wild. Wildlife workers sedated an antelope for treatment, and one team member managed to take it down with a perfectly timed tackle. Now here are a few hilarious moments of cats accidentally hurting their owners.